It's live. It shows live on my side. Good evening. My name is Dr. Lydia Wambui. My personal philosophy is that every individual on earth has gifts and talents, skills and abilities that are gifted so that they can be of benefit, they can be of an impact to our generation. And so I treat every individual as a specific individual with specific qualities and that they have been designed to do, so that as I interact with them, I encourage them, I support them to come up with ways and means of benefiting the society where we are at. And so, yes, every individual on earth is uniquely designed for specific purposes and for their generation. Each one of us has unlimited potential to do much more and be much more and impact generations. Individually, if you are to reflect, how did you arrive at where you are? If you are working, if you are a student, what path, what career path, what did you use to arrive at where you are? And more often than not, you will find that you just happened to be, or you followed a relative, a friend, a significant other, a recommendation, a teacher, and you arrived where you are at. But the question is, where you are at, does it fit with your design, with your God-given design? In order for you to make the impact that you are meant to do, you need to understand your own individual design so that you can reach the potential and the destiny. You need to know you need to know who you are and how you have been wired and what gifts and talents you have that are very different from everybody else. In other words, every individual, every one of us, there is something that we can do better than 1,000 people around us. And the thing that we can do better than 1,000 people most likely is aligned with the gifts and talents that God has put in you. Now, if I may ask individually, again, I would like you to reflect. Do you have clarity of your individual design and the purposes that you are here for? In other words, who are you? What are you here for? And because we are here and because we are breathing, we are all children of a mighty God. And therefore, if we are children of a mighty God, we've been created for mighty works and mighty impact for our generation. What God has for us to do and to accomplish will always have significance beyond our immediate existence. So life is not a matter of bread and eating and working and eating. It is a matter of impacting and leaving a footprint that you are on this planet Earth at such a particular time, and you impacted your generation at that particular time. Now, there are many programs and there are many resources that are available globally and even locally on helping individuals get into a place where they feel comfortable as in destiny. But I want to introduce to you Career Direct, because Career Direct is designed to provide you with a clear reflection of your God-given design. That God-given design helps you understand what you are good at, what your passions are, and what values you hold, and therefore make life choices. You can make job choices, you can make school choices, subject choices that align with your particular design. When we talk about our school system, we go to school and learn predetermined courses that lead to specific jobs and careers with little or sometimes with little or no consideration of individual design. And I think one classic event globally that has happened is the COVID-19. And the crisis brought about by COVID-19 just showed us that life can change within a split second and things become very different. And when things change, then individuals spring into action, and you spring into action into the things that align with your individual design. In other words, every one of us is a hero in the area of your calling. You are a Kipchoge of your area of calling. But in order for you to get to that level of putting the country or putting yourself in the world map, you need to work at it. I'm sure if you are to talk to the athletes, they do a lot of practice. They train their bodies, and they exert energy, they exert exercises on their body to achieve maximum performance, so that when they go into the arena, then they perform exemplary and they put themselves in the world map. If you are a student, I would like you to reflect on how you actually arrived at the subjects you are taking. If you are at the workplace, I'd like you to reflect on how you arrived on the job that you are actually performing right now. As you reflect, I'd like to just put the slide and show us the current scenario. Traditionally, we select education subjects or jobs or career according to the first or the easiest subjects or jobs, according to the amount of money that is being paid, that a job offers, according to the title that you want. You want to be a Dr. So-and-so, or you want to be your honor, you want to be advocate so-and-so, or your parents want you to be advocate so-and-so. According to friends and relatives also have dreams and aspirations for you, and they will give you recommendations according to the easiest jobs that are available. When jobs are offered and they are available, we tend to go for them, even though sometimes they are not aligning with who we are, with the values that we have put in the workplace, or even life values. Parents also choose for us and for their children according to their own aspirations. There are some parents who did not achieve what they wanted to achieve when they were young, and they actually impose their choices on their children, wanting their children to achieve what they did not achieve. That is sometimes can work out, but more often than not is counterproductive. Significant others also choose for us. A husband or a wife can encourage one another into areas of choosing jobs or even subjects when they go to higher learning in accordance to their preferences. Individual abilities, you find that individuals have innate abilities. They have been born with specific abilities, and those innate abilities kind of draw individuals into performing specific tasks that align themselves with specific jobs. Sometimes you find that individuals choose jobs or they choose subjects according to dream organizations, because you want to go and work with specific machines. I have had young people who say they want to go into engineering because they want to work with cars. But when they get there, they realize that the kind of engineering that they have been doing has very little to do with motor vehicles. And so one cannot work for a motor vehicle company, or they could work in a motor vehicle company and find the work environment is unbearable, and therefore they're not able to be the best people they can be. As individuals, One has many dreams and aspirations for themselves, but also parents, guardians, and significant others have ambitions and aspirations for us. It is okay for friends and parents and guardians and significant others to have aspirations, but we need to actually look at how those aspirations align with who we are. If we do not get to align ourselves, or we do not get to those choices to align with who we are, then we might find ourselves feeling trapped. That you are working at a job, it is paying well, it is prestigious, but it doesn't align with the values and aspirations that you hold dear to yourself. And therefore you are not able to actually perform and and impact the generation as you would have had. I'm sure if you reflect, you would know, or you yourself feel trapped in a job, or you feel trapped in a class. A teacher comes in and you're thinking, oh my goodness, I wish this teacher could not have come, because I would have done something interesting with that time. And while we are at it, I would want you to take a moment and just reflect. When you feel trapped, what do you do? When you feel trapped in a class, in a subject, when you feel trapped in a job, what do you do? Some individuals, when they feel trapped in their own jobs, they become resentful, they become cynical, they become counterproductive, they become negative, and they become very difficult to deal with. In a classroom situation, when students feel trapped in a subject, they perform poorly, and they become a distraction to the teacher, and they become a distraction to the other students. And it leads to a waste of time and resources. And so whenever you find yourself trapped, it is important for you to actually deal with the trapping instead of having to go on with the trap and become a disruption instead of a significant impact for the generation. Now, Career Direct gives you options on how to choose the right subjects, how to choose the right jobs. And as I said, globally and locally, there are different types of assessments that are available, and different aspects of our life that we can test and measure to help individuals actually assess their passions, their desires, the way they want to align their lives. But Career Direct offers a better way of making education and job decisions much more effective. Career Direct focuses on 4 focal points. It focuses on the personality of the individual, and personality is how you naturally respond to life. It focuses on vocational interests. And vocational interest is what are you interested in doing in life? It focuses on the skills and abilities. And as I said, skills and abilities are both innate and they are acquired. There are skills and abilities that we are born with, and we find it very easy to acquire them wherever we find them, at the workplace or in a classroom situation. Career Direct also focuses on values. And those values can be work values or life values. What do you consider most important? Is relationship better? Is a relationship more important to you than the financial rewards that you get? And every one of us has different choices that would make. And there isn't choices that are bad or negative. It's just that that's the way you are. And therefore, Career Direct helps you to assess. And when you assess the highest score, we combine the highest score in personality, we combine the highest score in vocational interest, we combine the highest score in skills and abilities, highest scores in values, to actually come up with the design that will help you make decisions for subject choices if you are a student, or make choices for job choice, or make decisions for job choices if you are a person in the industry. And therefore, with Career Direct, you also discover your path, your passion, and your purpose. And you become you grow a more integrated individual and impactful individual. As I said, personality is divided into 6 factors that we will see, four other sub-factors of personality. Interest and areas of focus are also divided into 5 different factors, subgroups. Skills and abilities are also divided into about 14 kinds of skills and abilities that you take a test to kind of help you see where you score the highest. Values. There are many values in life, but in Career Direct, we select the 4 most highly scored values. The topmost 4, the 4 values that you score the highest in the range of values. And these values include life values, the work environment values, and also work outcomes. Now, in order for you to actually get an accurate assessment, it is very important for the individual to be very honest in answering the questions without regard of how you want other people to think you are, or other people have told you, or you desire to be, but answering the questions as honest as you are so that you can get an accurate result. With openness and honesty, then you receive a true reflection of who you are and who you have been designed by God to be. And so if you are a cat, the result will mirror the cat you are. But if you are not honest in answering the questions, then the result will also be distorted. So when I'm doing an assessment with a person, I encourage the individuals, don't try to think how you would want to answer that question, or how you want me to think that is the correct answer for that question. Just answer the question as truthfully as you can, without regard to what other people think and what I think, what the assessor thinks, or what you would aspire to be. Just answer the questions as honestly as possible. Then when you do that, then you will, if you are not honest, then you will find that you've been thinking you are a cat, but you're looking at the mirror and the results are giving you a lion. Or you've been thinking you are a lion, but the results are giving you a cat as a result. And it becomes a bone of contention. So I encourage individuals to be as honest as possible and in answering the question, so that we do not get the distortions of a card. The distortions also would lead to vocations and occupations that are not good for your unique design, because as you remember, you are one of a kind. And you are one, you have been designed for specific impact for your generation. And God wants us to use those gifts He has given us for His glory, to, in the vocation and the blessing that, to be a blessing to your generation, rather than try to be something you're not. Always remember that God's gifts and His call on your life are irrevocable. They are irreversible. If you are a musician, you could be a musician singing, secular music. You're not glorifying God, but you become exemplary in music because that is your gift. And so God gives you those gifts and allows you a free choice on how to use those gifts. So they are irrevocable, they are irreversible, they are incapable of being reversed or withdrawn. So with that, I'd encourage you to discover your unique design. Assessment is done online, followed by a 1 or 2 hour virtual or physical consultancy, and then followed by assessment feedback and action plan in 2 weeks. And the feedback is we try to read the results as they have been given. And once we read the results, then we discuss and see, do they align with the who you are or the who you are? And in this particular time, at the time of feedback, I encourage the individuals after taking assessment to get a significant other, a parent, a brother or a sister, a significant other in the feedback session, because sometimes we think we are one thing, but people see us differently. And so when you bring these individuals into the feedback, they can tell you, actually, we think this is more accurate and this is not accurate, and this is the bend and this is the design. And the action plan is where I'll help you as an individual to actually come up with a life development plan, where you plan, you create your own personal mission, vision, and objectives, goals and objectives, and you create a way of actually achieving those goals and objectives, the activities that you will perform and when you will perform. And we create like a calendar of events, a calendar of activities that you'll be performing at specific times and at specific days to enable you to reach the goal that you want to achieve. For indeed, if you don't plan, if you have no goals, then anywhere is a destiny. And none of us is made for anywhere. We are all made for somewhere. So this feedback and action plan helps learners and individuals to select subjects and make decisions that fit one's design, one's God-given design. And with that, I'd like to bring it to a landing and encourage you to get in touch with us at Heirloom Head Start. My name is Dr. Lydia Wambui. My telephone contact is 0791 390 992. 0791 390 992. And the larger Career Direct link is also reflected on the screen, https careerdirect.org. https://careerdirect, one word.org. And with that, we come to the end of my presentation. Thank you.